All right, so we're on. This is actually episode 2 now of Real Estate in Real Time, and today I wanted to bring on a special guest. She's our local title rep with Western Resources Title, and I think we're going to go over title fraud. This is actually something that has been coming up more and more recently and is getting more common, and it's very hard to prevent. There are some ways that we're going to talk about, but I kind of wanted to kind of bring her on as a guest, answer any questions that any folks have. You go ahead and drop them in the comment section there, or feel free to share and give us a little thumbs up or a heart. But let's bring her on and see if we can't answer some questions. Hey, Janik.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, now you're unmuted. Try that again.
Hi.
Okay.
How are
I'm good.
you?
How are you? Very good.
Good. Thanks for including me in this. This is great.
Yeah,
I love to bring awareness of these topics
Yep,
to everyone.
I think it's something that a lot of folks might not really know about, and I think this would be a great way to kind of educate, especially if you're a current homeowner. We'll talk about too, if you're a current homeowner, there are ways to kind of to look out for this, and then of course if you're looking to purchase a home, something to keep in mind. And so let's kind of get right into it here. So what is title fraud, and how what are the most common ways that it can happen?
Okay, so let me start by saying, we're all aware with identity theft and those kind of things. This is kind of along those lines, but identity theft, will maybe be in the few $1,000s of damage. Now, when you're talking about title fraud, you're talking about damage in the hundreds of thousands. So it's a big deal. And title fraud happens when somebody takes the ownership of your property and they change it from your name to their name, and then they will take out loans, and then they usually disappear.
So take out loans against the equity of their house?
Correct.
Right. Okay. Okay. So now, is this easy to do? I mean, how do these I guess we'll call them criminals? How do the people that are doing this? How does it happen?
So we're in such technology is so easy for us now. We are able to go online. We can find information about properties. We can find information about people. We're able to download forms and things like that now. So it's pretty easy. Unfortunately, someone can look up the title of your property and type up a quick form, pay $20 for a notary, and take it down to the recorder's office and have it recorded. Now, the recording fees used to be about $20. Now they've increased this last year. Now they're about $100, but you're talking about maybe a total of $120, and someone can go down and record a deed to your property, changing it from your name to their name.
And they can do that without you knowing about it? Is that simple?
So some counties are, each county works a little bit differently. So I'll touch on LA County first. So LA County is pretty strict about who comes in to do a recording. Right now, obviously, no one's coming in to do recordings, but when they're normally open, they allow people to come in and do recordings, and they will check ID. They will make sure the person on the deed is present, and they will check the ID to match what's on the deed.
Okay.
So that does cut down quite a bit on fraud in LA County, but it's such a huge county. They have so much going on, so they have some extra security measures. Okay. Now we're talking about Orange County. Orange County is a little bit different. They allow anybody to really walk in and do a recording. You can walk in, stand in line, they stamp the documents, take your money, and off you go. There's no ID check. There's nothing happening with that in Orange County. So that makes it a little bit more vulnerable.
Okay. And then Wayne has a comment. I see you, Wayne. Thanks for dropping a line. I believe he's in Riverside County or San Bernardino County. Do you know offhand about those two?
I'm not sure about those counties as far as checking
as far as how easy it is, yeah.
Checking ID when they walk in. I am assuming it might be on the more lax side because those are smaller counties when you compare it to LA County, but I can't say for sure. I don't know. I mostly work Orange and LA County, so I can't say positively.
Okay, and then we'll find out about that for you, Wayne. And then as far as how to know when it happens, we're gonna get there. Don't put the cart before the horse, man. Let us get through our little script here. Anyway, so okay, so actually, to his point, the next question I had for you was, what are some of the warning signs? What should a homeowner or homeowner look for that might kind of cause that red flag to go up, and them to make a phone call to me or someone else to find out what's going on?
Yes, absolutely. So the counties are aware. I mean, the title fraud has been on the rise for years, and it's a multi-billion dollar industry. So obviously, everyone is aware of that. And
Jeez.
so what they've done is the county is really good about, if something is recorded on your property, they will send multiple mail to the home saying, did you record this document? Has this document been recorded? I just did a refinance on my house. I got probably 2 or 3 um, documents mailed to my house saying, with bright yellow saying, did you record this document? We've just received these recordings and
Okay.
things like that. So there are things like that. But there are warning signs. That doesn't always happen. I don't want to say that's a guarantee.
Okay.
So, warning signs are, sometimes when they leverage the property, you'll start getting late notices from lenders you don't realize,
Oh,
foreclosure notices you don't realize. Maybe in the very beginning, you might get some junk mail that's not in your name. Those are some warning signs that somebody has done something, possibly in a different name that's associated with your mailing address.
okay. Okay, so now they end up getting something in the mail and they don't recognize what it is. What would the next step be? Like, how serious is it in general? I mean, is it kind of, how complicated is it to reverse what's going on? And I guess, like, who gets involved? Do you call, is it the police? Is it the
So I
FBI?
would
Is it the
definitely,
agent? Who do you call?
step one, I would definitely reach out to you, Chase. We provide property profiles where we can give those to Chase and he can search the title and the title chain to make sure everything looks still correct in the way that it should be.
Okay.
If we see something that's fraudulent and not, that shouldn't be there, something there that shouldn't be there, I would say, step one is absolutely contacting your local police. They will escalate that accordingly, make a report. But what ends up happening is these things end up taking a couple years to resolve. It does
Wow.
require hiring an attorney,
Okay.
and going to court to remove those items from your title. It could easily cost over $50,000, a couple years in the court system to get those things removed from the title chain. So it's
Wow.
it's a very serious event, and it's unfortunate for those that fall victim.
Yeah, no kidding. So then I guess, I mean, now to Wayne's question again, and kind of the elephant in the room is, how would homeowners go about protecting themselves, or what steps can they do to limit the chance of this happening?
Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can really do to prevent somebody from doing that. They end up hiring, I mean, they've gotten pretty savvy. They end up hiring mules to go do this work for them and things like that. So they're even getting harder to catch. The FBI, as a title company, we're dealing with things all the time with this, and we contact the FBI and they investigate. So, they're trying to crack down on it. Unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do to totally block or prevent it from happening, but it's just staying diligent. Maybe it's like reaching out to you, Chase, quarterly, 6 months, every year, getting that free title check from you to be able to make sure that their title looks nice and clean and just the way that it should be.
Okay. So yeah, and that's something that we've offered for a while. But if it's as simple as that, to kind of keep, maybe not necessarily prevent it. You're saying it's very difficult to prevent it outright, but at least be on top of it as soon as something might happen, and hopefully it never does, obviously. But yeah, that's something that we definitely can provide, and annually is great. It doesn't cost you anything, and we can do it quarterly. We can do it every 6 months for you. Email you over a PDF copy, or even a hard copy if you'd like, of the latest. It's called a property profile, which outlines again the deeds and the loans against your house. So that's great. And also one hot tip too. I mentioned this when folks buy houses, and this is the same when you refi or take out a HELOC. But you're going to get a bunch of mail from a bunch of vendors soliciting, pay us $85, pay us $105, and we're going to get you I forget what they call it, but basically this is all they're giving you is a property profile that we can give you for free. Whether or not I helped you buy the house, I'm happy to get that for you and provide the information there. And Janik, are those a 1 day turnaround, or they're almost quicker than that, aren't they?
Yeah, it's within an hour or two.
Okay.
It's easy for us. We're able to pull those documents from the county's office for you. But yeah, those solicitations are very common. I get them in the mail every time, I have a recording, and they're preying on people that want that information and think they have to pay for it, but they really don't.
Yep.
So it's free through you.
Yep, very good. Well, that's a great tip. So I guess next step. So if you are interested in getting a profile now for any reason, let me know. Drop me a message or shoot me a comment down below here. I can get that to you as soon as tomorrow, right away. And one other thing I wanted to mention is we just launched a new home valuation kind of update tool that gives you an email every month, and this is kind of the best automated value model that we've seen. But the cool thing, I just thought about this as we're on this call, is it actually does track your loan amounts and what loans you have against your property, so that way it can track not only your home's value but your home's net equity. If you were to sell it, how much you'd walk away with. But my thought was, that's a phenomenal tool to keep tabs on any new loans you might not recognize. And that way, when you get this report every month from us automatically, and you hop into it and you say all of a sudden there's a new loan that you don't recognize, there's your first sign. And that might even be quicker than obviously every 6 months or a year or so. So that's something free that we have also. So all you got to do is let me know.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I wanted to just touch on another thing. Like, they really are preying on those that are elderly, unfortunately. So if you have any, people that have a lot of equity in their properties, that's who they're kind of targeting mostly, because they can leverage that money there. So I think that tool is awesome, Chase. That's great.
Awesome, very cool. Yeah, and remember, I mean, the profile's free, and you don't have to sign anything. We're not asking you to sign your life away. Just send me an email and say you want a property profile, and it's as simple as that. There's no obligation. There's no cost. It's something that we do for all of our clients, and I kind of wanted to just obviously offer that up to anyone watching this or listening to this now that we're going to put this onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts and stuff. And then Wayne also comments, love the housing trend emails. Thank you. I've been trying to keep those going every couple of weeks. And if you want to obviously hop on that list, let me know, and I can do that too. Any other thoughts or tips, Janik, that you wanted to share about title fraud or anything to do with title in general?
No, it's just, we are here to help. We want to make sure we stop these guys, prevent this from happening, be as vigilant as we possibly can. So however I can help, I'm available.
Cool. Well, Janik, thank you very much for hopping on. I know this
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, this is cool. I want to do these more often, so hopefully we'll do these every couple of weeks with some different vendors, and maybe have Janik back on again, talk about title, which is so exciting. So,
yeah.
Very cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening, everybody, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.